video. And hey Goodie Gang, how are you guys? And if you don't know who I am, this is Tina.Channiel and welcome back to my channel. And before I get into this, like, share, subscribe, and be part of the gang. That is good. Yes, you guys, and follow me on all my socials. I will be linked below. Okay. All right, so this is a story time. This is a story that it's pretty long overdue, I would say, because I didn't know how to tell it, but in honor of my sister and it being her birthday, I will tell the story of how I finally met my sister. Okay? I'm not gonna cry, even though it's not really, let's just get into the story. Okay, so I have a younger sister. Technically, my sister is like a year younger than me. So, like, she's a year younger than I am. And today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Kenisha. I love you so much. So, I would say I don't really know how I should begin, like from the beginning, or let me just start. Okay, as you guys know or may not know, I was adopted. Okay, I was adopted by my grandparents. Those types of adoptions are called kinship adoptions. So I grew up with my father's side of the family, and which is, you guys are probably like, what? Like, usually the mother's side of the family do that, but no, I grew up with my father's side of the family. Okay, so I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Okay, if people, hi subbies, now y'all know. Okay, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Okay, so I didn't grow up with my sister. This is my mother's daughter. I have lots of siblings, but I'm talking about my mother's daughter, not the other siblings on my dad's side. I'm talking about my mother's daughter. Okay, I'm gonna insert some pictures of us so you guys can see. All right, she's literally my twin. So all right, so I didn't grow up with my sister. Like I said, I did not know my sister. I knew I had a sister. I knew I had many siblings, but we didn't grow up together. None of us. Not the ones on my dad's side, not the one on my mom's side. None of us. I did not grow up with any of my siblings. I grew up with my cousins. So as I was younger, even though I grew up with my cousins, I always kind of felt like an outsider. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I did, because I always wanted to know my sister. Like, I always want to know my siblings, because I always would hear I had siblings, but we didn't know each other. We only would talk on the phone, and it's very hard to build a relationship with somebody through the phone, especially when y'all both live in two different countries. She lives in Jamaica, I live in the States. Okay, also she grew up with my mom and I did not. So there's so many different dynamics, and a lot of y'all probably have so many questions in the comments. I will answer them, but for the sake of this video, it can't be that long. But if y'all have questions, just leave them in the comments. I will answer every single one of them if I can. But yeah, we didn't grow up together. However, I always knew about her, and I knew what she looked like because we would send pictures back and forth. So it was this one day on this one time, I think I was like in middle school, she hit me up on like Facebook, and she was like, I think you're my sister. So I looked through her pictures or whatever, and then I asked my grandma. I remember I asked my grandmother, I'm like, is this my sister? And then she looked at her, she's like, yes, that's your sister. Because my grandma already knew. My grandma already knew my sister. She's seen her before and everything. So I look at her pictures, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm looking in like a mirror, and I just want to make sure, because it's kind of weird. And yeah, I was like, oh my god, I have a sister. So we would communicate a little bit through Facebook, but it wasn't like major communication, because it's like I said, it's very hard to build a relationship through technology, especially for siblings. Like if any of you guys have siblings out there and you do not know them, it's very hard to build relationships. Okay, y'all gonna have to meet up and see how the dynamic works between y'all. So anyway, so now that happens. Fast forward a couple years, she comes to the States. Okay, there's many different things. Like when you're in another country, there's a lot of stipulations. You have to go through a lot of things before you get to able to travel. So she got to come to the States and she got to spend some time in the States, right? So now, meeting my sister, the day that I actually met my sister, it was in the summer, and she was here. She was staying with her grandmother, and she told me that she was gonna be here, and like, you know, what my availability was, my schedule and stuff like that. I told her my schedule, and I was working. I had like a retail job. I don't remember where I was working, but whatever. Because I met my sister when I was 21. Okay? I met my sister when I was 21. So now, right? She was in Brooklyn, and I was in Queens, so I took the train to her. I told her that I would meet her because this is her first time in New York. I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want her to travel on the trains because she's never been on a train before. But she had been on a train before because she had to take the... Long story. I ain't gonna get into it. But anyway, so now I take the train to where she said she was. When I say... I was so nervous and I was sweating bullets, okay? So now I'm getting closer to where she is. I call my friend, shout out to you. And I called my friend and I was just like, I'm nervous, I'm scared. And she was like, why? And I'm just like, what do I say to her? Like, what do I say to her? Like, I don't know what to say to her, you know, because we're both adults. I'm 21, she's 20. So it's like, what do I say to her? Like, I don't know what to say to her. What if we don't like each other? You know, like, it's crazy, because these was the thoughts that was going through my head, and I was telling this to my friend. What if I do not like her? Or what if she don't like me? And my friend was just like, Chantel, are you serious? Because at this time, I didn't even meet my mom yet. I did not know my mother. Okay? So, she is the only person that knows my mother firsthand. And at that time, me and my mom didn't get along. So I'm just saying. But she is the only person who knows my mom, because she grew up with my mom. My mom raised her. So it's like, because I'm thinking, I already talked to my mom like that, so am I going to be cool with her or whatever? And my friend, she was just like, Shantae, you need to get out of your head, and you need to just go in this with an open mind, because you don't understand. A lot of my friends, they grew up with their siblings. They know their siblings, right? And you don't. And you didn't even grow up with your mom or your dad, but you're finally getting the opportunity to meet your sister. Take it as a good thing. Like, you don't know. Why is the first thing you're thinking, like, negative? Be positive. Like, come on. Like, she didn't have you either. You know what I mean? Because my mom only had 2 kids, me and my sister. So it's not like she had another kid where it's like, okay, they both grew up together and then I was just there. No, we grew up without each other. So it's like, she grew up without me, I grew up without her, so it's like, this is the best thing. You guys could really like talk and like bond, like use that as this opportunity to do that. So I was like, you know, you're right. So I'm getting closer. So I finally get to where she was. Like, she was at her grandma's house. So it was her uncle that was outside, and he was like, Pat? That's my mom's name. So I'm just like, huh? Crazy, because I'm just like, what? So when he said that, I'm just like, this has to be the house, because why would he call me Pat? Because that's my mom's name. He called me Pat because I look just like my mother. So I asked him, I'm like, is this where she is? And he's like, yeah, she's upstairs. She's waiting for you. Oh my God. When I tell you, my skin, like my body, I felt so like chilly, hot. Like I was feeling so much emotions. So, okay, so now I knocked on the door of where she was at, and she opens the door. And when I tell you guys, I'm not gonna cry because I feel like I'm gonna tear up, but I'm trying so hard not to. So now that I see her, right, we're staring, like I'm looking at her face to face, we literally start crying. Like, I was hugging her, we was hugging each other, like, oh my God, like we was crying. And I was just like, I tell you, like, all these things that I felt for years, like, it's like my heart kind of like mended. Like, I always wanted to know my sister. And like, it's so crazy because now I'm crying, but it's like me and her, it's like this, we talk every day. Like, I'm sorry now. Oh my God. All right, so like we talk every day. The only reason I'm making this video is because today's her birthday, you know, and she got 2 kids. I have a niece and a nephew. I've always wanted to be an aunt. I've always wanted to be an aunt. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I just want to be an auntie. Like, I don't want no kids yet, I just want to be an auntie. So God, messing up my makeup. I'm crying. I do not like crying. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, I was crying and everything, and after that I was asking her all these questions about her and like her life, like growing up and stuff. I did her makeup. It was so fun. Like, I had a good time with her. We went out to eat. It was me, her, and her grandmother. We went out. That was her first time here, so we went out. And then she told me that I act like my mom. That's what she said. She's like, I act like my mother. And I have like a really outgoing personality, even though I'm super reserved. Like, sometimes I don't want to be around people, but she's like, I have a very outgoing personality and stuff. And the way that I am and the way my sister is, we are polar opposites. She is super sweet, like so mild-mannered, so mild-tempered. Sometimes she talks, I could barely even hear her. She sounds like a mouse. But it's just, that's how she is. And it's like, she's such a sweetheart. And it's like, I think like sometimes, if just because of her being so mild and so mellowed out, and it's like me, where I go off, like I'll just be like in your face in a second. I feel like if we grow together and somebody was to be messing with my sister, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing? But anyways, like, we talk every day. So like after that, we kept in touch, which was great, because the second time she came, because she came back the next summer, and by that time I was driving, so I was able to like take her out. Or we went to Queen Center Mall, we went to the Cheesecake Factory. At that time, how old was I? Like 23, 22, 23, whatever. But I was driving. I was driving, but I was able to take her out and do, like, you know, fun stuff, more stuff that we were able to do the last time, because I wasn't able to do nothing really because we had to take the bus everywhere. But it was still a good time because it was like I got an opportunity to meet my sister. And then like the next time that I got an opportunity to actually live with her, like be with her, because when I spent 3 months in Jamaica between my mom's house and my dad's house, so I was able to like be with her, live with her and my mom for like a month, 2 months. I was back and forth between both of them, so I was back and forth between my mother and my father, so I understood like kind of why I didn't grow up with them, and why they made the decision they made. But being with my mom as an adult and my sister, and we all in one place and we're like doing things together, I really liked it. Like I really enjoyed it. Like my mom is super freaking funny. Like my mom is crazy. She's funny. You know, she tells it how it is. I mean, my sisters, we just laugh. Like, we just literally laugh. Like, we just laugh at her because she's freaking crazy. So, and it's like, my sister's like, this is how she is. Like, this is her. And it's funny because me and my mom were both Cancers. Crazy, right? And that's why my sister was like, you act just like her. Because when she met me, I didn't feel like I was with a stranger. Like, finally when we met, I did not feel like I was with a stranger. So I was just being my total authentic me, you know. And then she was like, I remember when she told my mom how she act, and then this is what she said when she said it to me again. She said, "Mommy, I live in you." Like, that's what she said. Like, I live in you. Tina is you. Like, I am another her. And my mom, when I talk to my mom, when I see my mom and I talk to my mom, yeah, it kind of scares me, like, that I'm just another. She just literally pushed out herself. Like, literally, she literally pushed out another her, because I look just like her, I act like her. And it's crazy because my sister looks like her too. We all of us, we just look alike. But she don't act like her. She does not act like, she don't act like her. I act like her. And I feel like the reason why I act like her is because I'm the older one. But yeah, I mean, that's the story of how when I met my sister, and in honor of her birthday, you know, happy birthday. Say happy birthday to my sister. You know, leave a comment below to happy birthday. Yes. And Goodie Gang out. Let me know if you guys experience something like this, or if you know anybody who experienced something like this. You know, tell me how you feel in the comments. Bye.